In this video, I'm going to show you a fun technique using our Distress Oxide inks and black cardstock. For this demonstration, I am using the Picked Raspberry Distress Oxide inks as well as the Peacock Feathers. I'm also using our April Stamp of the Month. If you're not familiar with the Stamp of the Month, Close to My Heart has an exclusive stamp set that is only available for that particular month. With a $50 order, you can purchase the Stamp of the Month for only $5. If you are a VIP, you would receive the Stamp of the Month free with a $50 order. You'll see here that I'm also using our stitched bracket thin cuts, our stamp chamois for cleaning, shimmer trim in the color grape, our non-stick micro tip scissors, and of course our all-purpose mat. I'm going to go ahead and move these items off of our surface here so that we can get started with this fun technique. I'm going to set these right over here because we are going to use them for this right away. I'll move our stamp set and these items out as well. I'm going to bring in our black piece of cardstock. And before I get started with the fun technique with the Distress Oxides, I wanted to show you our regular ink. So this is our standard Peacock Color water-based ink. And I'm going to take another tool here, and I'm just going to take this and put it on the back side of our cardstock. And you see, you really cannot see anything. That is because water-based inks settle into your paper, whereas the Distressed Oxide inks are going to sit on top of your paper. You can kind of picture as if you were painting your wall, and the paint that you're using is going to show the color on your wall, right? So let's get started. I'm going to bring in the stencil sheet here, and you'll see that my stencil sheet is very well loved, and we will clean this up after. Okay. And I might want to take some washi tape and hold this down, but for here I'm just going to hold it with my finger. As long as you're careful, that works well too. You just don't want your stencil to move. Okay. I'm going to use the Peacock or the Picked Raspberry. You can see it's wanting to move a little bit, so I'm just going to hold it a little better with my finger. And you'll see I'm going over a little bit and blending the colors together. And then I'll pick and go back to the Peacock Feathers and do a little more of that over here. And I'm just alternating the colors. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Every single time you do it, it will look different, and each one is beautiful on its own. As I blend these colors together, you can see in some areas I'm almost making a purple, and that is super pretty. I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to come in over on this side. I'm wiggling my table and my camera. I'm so sorry. Try to be softer. Okay, and then I'm going to come down here, carefully picking where I put my finger. And then, whoops, you see I started to move it. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. Look how pretty. And like I said, every single one is different. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stamp chamois, and I am going to just clean off my stencil, and you'll see how quick and easy this wipes right off with the stamp chamois. Stamp chamois is very nice, chemical free. All you need is a little bit of water, and it cleans up beautifully, especially on our all-purpose mat here. Okay, very nice, all clean. The next thing I want to show you is a couple of cards that I've done using this technique. So here is this one and this one. And you'll see that I used the stamp of the month here for the You Are the Best, and the love here along with the little hearts to stamp this one. When you use our Close to My Heart stamps, you always put the foam sheet underneath what you are stamping. And again, I've used the stitch bracket to cut out this piece here. I'm going to use our Intense Black ink. And I will take our love off of here. When you have a new stamp, I've already used this stamp set, but when you have a new stamp, you always want to season it when you first use it. And one of the ways to season a stamp set is to just lightly rub it on your hand or on your arm. And that's just removing any residue that might be on that stamp set from manufacturing. If you notice that you use your stamp for the first time and the ink is kind of bubbling up on the stamp, that means that it hasn't been seasoned and there's a residue on there that you will want to rub off like that. So I've used the Intense Black and I've stamped that here. The cushion again, always underneath our stamp. That Intense Black gives a really nice stamped image there. And I also did the little hearts with the Wisteria ink. And come in with those down here. When I first stamped that heart, I thought, oh, did I not stamp it right? But that's truly what it looks like on the stamp there. The nice thing about the clear stamps is that I can always see where I am stamping, right? And so you can see with just a few embellishments and some of this beautiful shimmer trim here, the Distress Oxides make for a gorgeous card. I really didn't want to put much on it because I didn't want to cover up all the beauty of that distressing. So I hope you have enjoyed this technique, and we will be back shortly with some more techniques for you today.